But would U.S. forces defend the island?
Yes, if in fact there was an unprecedented attack.
我们敦促美方充分认识台湾问题的极端重要性和高度敏感性，恪守一个中国原则。
We are not moving, we're not encouraging their being independent. That's their decision.
Nancy Pelosi's visit, multiple military exercises, and a lot of back and forth, discussions and warnings. Taiwan is still looming under an attack threat. China has time and again warned the United States about the consequences of interfering in the One China policy. Amid the constant warnings, Joe Biden came on record and said that the United States would defend Taiwan. China has been flexing its military power at the Taiwan Strait by conducting several military drills. In fact, at the recent SCO meeting, Putin and Jinping discussed the state of Ukraine and Taiwan. Although the island country says it is independent, China's policies do not recognize Taiwan as a separate country. Xi Jinping has vowed to bring Taiwan under Beijing's control, and they haven't ruled out the use of force. But Taiwan strongly objects to China's sovereignty claims. Ever since Nancy Pelosi's visit to Taiwan, China has invaded Taiwan's airspace and conducted many hostile military attacks across the Taiwan Strait. Despite the United States saying they will support Taiwan in case of an attack, China's ministry spokesperson has delivered a clear warning.
我们愿以最大诚意、尽最大努力，争取和平统一的前景。同时，我们绝不容忍任何旨在分裂国家的活动，保留采取一切必要措施的选项。任何人都不要低估中国人民捍卫国家主权和领土完整的坚强决心、坚定意志、强大能力。不要站在14亿中国人民的对立面。
We agree with what we signed on to a long time ago, and that there's a one China policy, that Taiwan makes their own judgments about their independence. We are not moving, we're not encouraging their being independent. That's their decision.
Both the statements come from the same day. After Biden's statement, Taiwan welcomed the United States' support. It said that Biden's words reflect United States' rock-solid security commitment to Taiwan.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices.
On 28 September 2022, Popular Front India was banned by India. The PFI has joined the list of organizations that were banned by India. As per the government, PFI has the potential to disturb public peace and communal harmony of the country and support militancy within the country. In this video, we'll tell you about the other organizations that are banned by the Indian government. Organizations like Khalistan Zindabad Force, Khalistan Commando Force, International Sikh Youth Federation are banned in India. But it isn't just that India banned ISYF. It is banned in Japan, Australia, Canada, the European Union and the United States as well. The ISYF organization wants to create Khalistan, an autonomous country for Sikhs. The government of India banned the United Liberation Front of Assam. It was banned in 1990 due to its separatist activities. Many reports show that politicians, bureaucrats and businessmen were extorted to raise money. ULFA or ULFA is involved in drug trafficking and other organized criminal activities. The Hyderabad-based Islamic religious group believes that the founding principles of Islam and Ligayatism are similar. After having been charged with carrying out a string of bombings in Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka in 2000, the group, however, denied any involvement in the incidents and asserted that it was a section that practiced and preached Islam in order to bring together Indians of all faiths. In 1992, the CPI MLPW was outlawed in Andhra Pradesh. After that, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh and Orissa states were asked to outlaw the party by the central government's Home Ministry. At the national level, however, the party was still allowed to exist. The party had many activists mainly in Andhra Pradesh, Orissa, Jharkhand, Bihar and West Bengal. In 2004, CPI MLPW and all its front organizations were banned as a terrorist organization. These are the organizations that were banned by the Indian government due to their illegal practices.
After Kerala, Congress's Bharat Jodo Yatra enters the first BJP-ruled state, that is Karnataka. Senior Congress leader Siddaramaiah welcomes Wayanad Member of Parliament Rahul Gandhi at the state border. The Congress Yatra, which had covered 532 kilometers till now, will begin from Ooty Calicut Junction in Chamarajnagar. Earlier, posters put up to welcome Rahul Gandhi were torn in the state's Gundlupet area. Congress leaders have accused BJP workers of tearing the posters of Rahul Gandhi and other Congress leaders that were put up on the highway passing through Gundlupet. Karnataka Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai said permission must have been taken in advance to put up the flexes. He also said that the Congress is not doing Bharat Jodo Yatra but Bharat Todo Yatra. Tearing of Rahul's posters comes a day after the Congress launched a poster reading Pay CM with Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai's face on it. The BJP also launched a counter-campaign on social media by sharing QR code posters with Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar's faces on it.
ಪ್ರಜಾಪ್ರಭುತ್ವದಲ್ಲಿ अलग-अलग ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ होते हैं. ಪ್ರಜಾಪ್ರಭುತ್ವದಲ್ಲಿ ಹಲವಾರು ಸಂಘ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳಿರುತ್ತೆ, मीडिया होती है, ಮಾಧ್ಯಮದವರು ಸಹ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, पार्लियामेंट होता है, पार्लियामेंट ಇದೆ. ये सब रास्ते विपक्ष के लिए बंद कर दिए गए. ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ರಾಸ್ತೆಯನ್ನು ಸಹ विरोध ಪಕ್ಷದವರಿಗೆ ಆಳುವ ಪಕ್ಷ ಬಂದ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. मीडिया में हमारी बात नहीं कही जाती, ಮಾಧ್ಯಮದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನು ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. पूरा कंट्रोल सरकार का मीडिया पे रहता है. ಮಾಧ್ಯಮದ ಮೇಲೆ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಸರ್ಕಾರದವರು ಹಿಡಿತಾ ಇದೆ. पार्लियामेंट में हम कुछ बोलना चाहे वहां हमारा माइक बंद कर दिया जाता है. पार्लियामेंट ನಲ್ಲಿ ಜನಸಾಮಾನ್ಯ ವಿಚಾರ ಹೇಳಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮೈಕ್ ಅನ್ನು ಬಂದ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. विधानसभा को चलने नहीं दिया जाता है. ಸಭೆಯನ್ನು ನಡೆಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ऑपोजिशन को अरेस्ट किया जाता है. ವಿರೋಧ ಪಕ್ಷದವರನ್ನ ಅರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. इसलिए हमारे पास सिर्फ यही रास्ता बचा है. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ರಾಸ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇದೊಂದೇ ನಮಗೆ ರಾಸ್ತೆ. ಪಾದಯಾತ್ರೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು, ತಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದೆ ಪಾದಯಾತ್ರೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. जनता के साथ हजारों किलोमीटर चलने का रास्ता यही विपक्ष के पास आज बचा है. ಜನಸಾಮಾನ್ಯರ ಜೊತೆ ನಡಿಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇದೊಂದೇ ರಾಸ್ತೆ. ಸಾವಿರಾರು ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ನಾವು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ನಡೀತೇವೆ. और इस रास्ते पर चलने से हमें कोई नहीं रोक सकता, कोई शक्ति नहीं रोक सकती. ಈ ಒಂದು ಪಾದಯಾತ್ರೆಯಲ್ಲಿ, ಈ ಒಂದು ನಮ್ಮ ನಡಿಗೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಯಾರು ಸಹ ನಮಗೆ ತಡೆಯಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. क्योंकि इसमें हम नहीं चल रहे हैं, ये हिंदुस्तान की आवाज है. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಮಾತ್ರ ನಡೀತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಭಾರತ ದೇಶ ಜನತೆ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ. ಯಾತ್ರಾ ಹಿಂದೂಸ್ತಾನ್ की आवाज को सुन रही है. ಈ ಯಾತ್ರೆ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣ ಭಾರತ ದೇಶದ ಧ್ವನಿಯನ್ನು ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ, ಅವರ ಮಾತನ್ನ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. और हिंदुस्तान की आवाज को कोई भी शक्ति चुप नहीं कर सकती. ಈ ಒಂದು ಭಾರತ ದೇಶದ ಧ್ವನಿ ಸ್ವರ ಯಾರೂ ಸಹ ಅದನ್ನ ದಮನ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. आप सबका मैं आज धन्यवाद करना चाहता हूँ. ತಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಸಹ ಧನ್ಯವಾದವನ್ನು ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಚ್ಛೆ ಬೀಳ್ತೇನೆ. ऐसी धूप में आप दूर दूर से आए, मेरी बात सुनने आए. ತಾವು ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಬಿಸಿಲಿನಲ್ಲೂ ಸಹ ಬಹಳ ದೂರದಿಂದ ಬಂದು ನನ್ನ ಮಾತು ಕೇಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ತಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಸಹ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
So now the Bharat Jodo Yatra has entered the first BJP ruled state on its trail. That is Rahul Gandhi speaking in Karnataka after entering the state. The war of words between the BJP and the Congress has only grown in the state of Karnataka, which is also poll bound in 2023 over the last few weeks, especially with the Congress's Pay CM campaign against Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai's government. Listen in to reactions that have been coming in.
ಬಿಜೆಪಿಯವರು ಅವರು ಪಾಪ ನಮ್ಮ ಬ್ಯಾನರ್ನ ಹರಿದಾಕಿ ಕೆಲವೆಲ್ಲ ಸುಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾವೇನು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಹೆದರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಇಂಥವನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಬೇಕಾದಷ್ಟು ಎದುರಿಸಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಬಟ್ ಒಂದು ತಿಳ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ಏನು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಅಭಿಯಾನ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಏನು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಮಾಡಲಿ, ಅವರು ಈ ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಜಕಾರಣ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಏನು ನಮಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ನಮಗೂ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತರಿಗೂ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಇದೆ.
ಮೊದಲನೇದಾಗಿ ಯಾರೇ ಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕಲಿ ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಹಾಕಬೇಕು. ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರು ತೊಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಇಲ್ಲೋ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಎರಡನೇದಾಗಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ರಾಜಕೀಯ ಪಕ್ಷ ಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ಹರಿಯುವಂಥದ್ದು ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಜನರಿಗೂ ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿಚಾರಗಳು ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ಯಾರು ಭಾರತ್ ಜೋಡೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಯಾರು ಭಾರತ್ ತೋಡೋ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿಚಾರಗಳು ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ.
All dirty tricks from the BJP. So far, we had CPM in Kerala, and we were in Tamil Nadu, where the ruling party, we were part of the ruling coalition. We are entering now BJP territory.
Yes.
We are prepared for all sorts of dirty tricks. These dirty tricks can be to run false social media campaigns. These dirty tricks could be to damage the reputation of the Congress party and of Sri Rahul Gandhi. This dirty tricks could be to sabotage. And they may even resort to violence. I don't put anything past the BJP.
News coming in right now. Kejriwal makes another shocking claim. Kejriwal claims attempts are being made to arrest Raghav Chadha now. Kejriwal says Chadha appointed his co-in-charge of Gujarat and attempts are now being made to in fact arrest Raghav Chadha in some sort of case because he has been appointed the co-in-charge of the Aam Aadmi Party for the state of Gujarat. He's not specified which case or what are the details that Mr. Kejriwal has with him, but he has in fact expressed fear that Raghav Chadha could be arrested soon as well. My colleague Kumar Kunal is joining me at the moment. Kumar, what is Arvind Kejriwal talking about? What are the details of which case is he talking about?
Actually, what he has tweeted, that is quite shocking, that he is actually claiming that some case is being manufactured to arrest Raghav Chadha. He claimed that he has no idea under which case he will be arrested, but what he has tweeted that his sources are telling that Raghav Chadha will be arrested soon since he is election in charge for Aam Aadmi Party in Gujarat. So, relating it to the Gujarat elections, he is claiming that Raghav Chadha's arrest will take place soon. Earlier also, when Vijay Nair was arrested, Vijay Nair, who was the communication in charge of Aam Aadmi Party, Aam Aadmi Party then also claimed that it happened due to the Gujarat elections since he was behind the communication strategy of Aam Aadmi Party. That's why he was being arrested. Now, this sensational claim is coming from no other than Delhi Chief Minister and Aam Aadmi Party National Convener Arvind Kejriwal, that now Raghav Chadha, who is the trusted aide of Arvind Kejriwal, will be arrested soon. So this is a kind of, he is making ripples in the political circle. He earlier also claimed that even Manish Sisodia will be arrested in a week or so. So these are the claims being made by Aam Aadmi Party and not just any leader from the Aam Aadmi Party, but Arvind Kejriwal himself.
Okay, a sensational claim there by the Delhi Chief Minister and Aam Aadmi Party convener Arvind Kejriwal that there is the possibility that the agencies are now manufacturing some sort of a case in order to arrest Raghav Chadha, who he says has been appointed co-in charge of Gujarat, so possibly poses a threat to the Bharatiya Janata Party. Kunal, thank you so much for joining us with those details. Now, days after the Chandigarh University scandal snowballed into a storm, another MMS scandal shocker comes in the limelight from the Sai Nivas Girls Hostel in Kanpur. Girl students of a hostel alleged that a staff at their building recorded their videos while they were bathing. Furor has erupted over the MMS scandal as the phone of the accused had obscene videos of students. Meanwhile, the accused has been arrested and his phone has been sent for forensic analysis.
वार्डन और जो ऑनर वगैरह हैं वो सारा उनको कवर अप कर रहे थे कि एक्चुअली मेरा वर्कर है, ट्रस्टेबल वर्कर है, मैं इस पे पूरा ट्रस्ट करता हूँ, ऐसा कर ही नहीं सकता, तुम झूठ बोल रही हो या फिर तुम अपना मतलब कि कुछ ना कुछ छुपाने के लिए ये ब्लेम हम पे डाल रही हो, क्योंकि हम तुमको बॉयज अलाउ नहीं कर रहे थे कल मतलब कि लाने के लिए, तो तुम ऐसा ब्लेम कर रही हो मेरे पे, तुम खुद ही कैरेक्टर लेस हो, इनने और ये सब बोला उन्होंने।
हॉस्टल जो स्टाफ है उन्होंने आप लोग को कहीं ना कहीं मैटर सप्रेस कर
ऐसे दबाने की कोशिश की उन्होंने।
And here are the other top stories we've been tracking this hour. Now, Calcutta High Court directs the state CID not to probe the cattle smuggling case and ensure unhampered investigation by the CBI. The development comes after the central agency had stated that overlapping probe will hinder investigation in the case. Lieutenant General Anil Chauhan takes charge as the new Chief of Defence Staff. The CDS has his agenda of military theatrisation on the top priority, and first of theatre commands are expected to come into existence by the end of this year. The Chief of Defence Staff post was vacant since the death of General Bipin Rawat. A Jamia Millia Islamia student was shot inside the Holy Family Hospital in southeast Delhi's Jamia Nagar area on Thursday night. According to police, a fight broke out between two student groups inside the library of Jamia Millia Islamia University, leaving one student injured. Akhil Bharat Hindu Mahasabha in Lucknow has objected to organising Garba dance by Mohammad Shoaib, and where are the people of other communities promoting love jihad by organising such events? They've demanded from the administration to stop this Garba program immediately, otherwise Hindus, they claimed, workers themselves will come and stop this dance. The row over Union Minister Nitin Gadkari's rich country, poor people remark has escalated. TMC leader Derek O'Brien targeted Nitin Gadkari over his remark and sought the attention of opposition parties. Meanwhile, Nitin Gadkari slammed the opposition for misinterpreting his remark and deriving joy out of it. Slipping into a short break, coming up next, President Vladimir Putin will formally annex 4 partially Russian-occupied regions of Ukraine today. We bring you more details on the other side of this very short break.
Ever wondered how much startup engineers earn annually? Well, they do earn a lot, but not all of their packages make it to the headlines. Software engineers with jobs at Wipro, TCS of the world get paid anything between 4 to 5 lakhs per annum as their starting salary. That looks like mere change when you really look at what startups are throwing at fresh software engineers as of today. Data from 50,000 engineers' salaries suggests that startup companies like Meesho, Cred, Swiggy and others pay a lot more LPA as compared to traditional IT companies. The data was shared by Amit Singh, co-founder of IT hiring startup Weekday. The survey reveals that social media startup ShareChat pays the highest to its mid-level software engineers. The social media platform pays around 47 lakh rupees annually for software engineers who have around 4 years of experience. Cred and Meesho come next in line, with Cred paying 40 lakhs per annum and Meesho paying 39 lakhs per annum to their software engineers with similar experience, while traditional IT companies like TCS, Wipro and Infosys pay just around 10 lakhs per annum to software engineers with 4 years of experience. The starting salary offered by these big IT companies is around 7 lakhs on an annual basis, which too is significantly less than what now startups can offer today. Among the top unicorns of the country, companies like Byju's, Freshworks, Quicker and ShopClose offer the least salary to their software engineers. Data analysis has found that ShopClose pays around 12 lakhs annual salary to engineers with 4 years of experience, while companies like Zomato, Paytm, Flipkart pay around 32 lakhs, 22 lakhs and 36 lakhs respectively to people with same level of experience. In IT firms, there's a common switching culture. While these unicorns pay a lot more salary than established IT firms, most engineers stay at these startups for just about 1.5 to 2 years on an average. As compared to engineers working at companies like Infosys, they stay around 2.5 years there on an average. As per study here, engineers working for Byju's stay at the company for around 1.5 years on an average, while engineers at Cred stay for around 1 year, 8 months on an average. The data has also revealed that one reason why software engineers tend to switch jobs is because staying at one place means an average 10% job hike every year. Basically, salary hike is minimal. In comparison, those who switch jobs often get a 50 to 70% salary hike with each job change. In other words, the current job market for software engineers in India gives incentive for engineers who frequently switch jobs.
President Vladimir Putin will formally annex 4 partially Russian-occupied regions of Ukraine on Friday today, a move already rejected by Kiev and its Western allies. Kremlin said a ceremony to mark the incorporation of Donetsk, Luhansk, Kherson and Zaporizhia into Russia would take place at about 3 p.m. Moscow time. Here's a report.
Close to 8 months after Russia launched its so-called special operations into Ukraine on the 24th of February, Moscow is all set to formally annex and take control of 4 provinces of Ukraine after a 4-day-long referendum. Russia already controls Crimea since 2014 and now is in control of Kherson, close to 70% of Donetsk, a major part of Zaporizhia and the entire Luhansk province. Referendum that the West and Ukraine describe as a sham was conducted over 4 days from the 23rd of September in Luhansk and Donetsk in the east and Zaporizhia and Kherson in the south. Russian President Vladimir Putin is to make a formal announcement and there would be a signing ceremony at the Red Square in Moscow Friday evening. There is also a grand concert planned to celebrate what Russia describes as its victory.
The process of forming a fairer world order is happening before our eyes. It's accompanied by known and obvious problems. Unipolar hegemony is collapsing relentlessly. It's an objective reality the West doesn't want to accept.
З канцлером Німеччини обговорили широке коло питань політичні.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has described the referendum as a pseudo-referendum exercise and insists nothing changes for Ukraine. He told his people that their effort would be to retake old territory lost to Russia.
Підвищувати ставки, ескалювати конфлікт.
And I want to emphasize the following. Ukraine has no chance and Europe has no chance to properly end the war, except for the gradual and effective liberation of all its territories. Otherwise, Russia will feel that it has the right to blackmail the world, raise the stakes, and escalate the conflict, and see itself as the victor in what they will see as a grievous war against Europe.
Ми маємо звільнити в повному обсязі свою територію. Тільки це.
The Russian referendum in the 4 regions has been criticized by several Western countries, insisting that the process was neither free nor fair or transparent.
The signing ceremony of the treaties on new territories joining Russia will be held tomorrow at the Grand Kremlin Palace in St. George's Hall at 3 p.m.
Russia's 2 houses of parliament are also set to formally ratify the referendum and the new territories becoming a part of Russia. President Putin is also expected to address the upper house of the Russian parliament in the first week of October, ahead of his 70th birthday. Both the US and Europe have warned Russia of more sanctions.
We're together proposing a new package of biting sanctions against Russia. So we propose sweeping new import bans on Russian products. This will keep Russian products out of the European market and deprive Russia of an additional 7 billion euros in revenues.
European leaders have said that Russian forces took people, often at gunpoint, for the referendum, and the same cannot be accepted by the world. Ukraine's forces, backed by US and NATO weapons, have successfully taken back some territory from Russian control on the other eastern axis around Kharkiv, but challenges remain immense with the onset of winters. With Bureau Inputs, Gaurav Sawant, India Today.
And that's a wrap on this bulletin. For all the latest news and updates, you can log on to indiatoday.in. You can also download the India Today app. Thanks for watching.
Feeling safe and secure is important to all of us out there, right? Well, the Global Peace Index ranks the safest countries in the world to reside in. Let's find out which are the top 5 safest countries in the world. Iceland. Iceland is the safest country globally for the 13th year in a row. Iceland has a population of 340,000. It also has a low level of crime attributed to its high standard of living, strong social attitudes against crime, and a lack of tension between social and economic classes. Here's a surprising fact: Iceland doesn't have an army, and the police do not carry firearms. The country's laws guarantee equality, same-sex marriages, adoptions, religious freedom, and equal pay for men and women. New Zealand. Like Iceland, New Zealand is a safe space for people to reside in. But due to the terror attacks on 2 mosques back in 2019, its score has slightly decreased. New Zealand laws prevent abuse of anyone's freedom of speech and expression. Portugal. Portugal was ranked 18th on the Peace Index. Ever since the country has made huge strides to be ranked 3rd. Portugal has armed police, but the increased police presence in the country has reduced its crime levels. In the past few years, Portugal has made an economic resurgence, decreasing its unemployment rate from 17 to under 7%. Austria. Austria has kept its 4th place. The country's political instability has led to an increase in social unrest. But serious crimes here are rare. The country has spared any acts of major terrorism. Denmark. Denmark is one of the few places where even children report they feel safe at any time of the day. The country has a high level of equality and a strong sense of common responsibility. Corruption is rare here in business or politics. Denmark is also a welfare state, meaning that everyone receives services and perks that help them live comfortable lives. These are the top safest countries to live in. Which rank is your country at? Don't forget to tell us in the comment sections.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices.
The COVID-19 pandemic has forced us to do a rethink on how we lead our lives, to think about what we are doing to our bodies and to our health, and also wellness, because it is time now to go back to the basics. It is time to talk about your food, your sleep habits, your gut health, stress, and much more. And that exactly is what our brand new health show, Health 360, is going to do at these times only on India Today TV.
You are watching India Today.
Good morning and a warm welcome to India Today. I'm Paulami Saha. Here are the headlines we're tracking at the top of the hour. Another twist to the Congress president post. Sources say Digvijay Singh, to make way for Kharge, will not contest polls. Mallikarjun Kharge versus Shashi Tharoor now. Congress Yatra enters first BJP-ruled state Karnataka. Congress fumes over torn Rahul hoardings, alleges BJP bid to derail Yatra. Prime Minister Modi's Day 2 of Gujarat outreach, flags off Gandhinagar to Mumbai Vande Bharat Express. Another hostel MMS scandal. Kanpur hostel worker films girls taking a bath. Cops arrest accused, seize phone. Hurricane Ian pounds Florida. Raging floodwaters wreak havoc. Rain, storm and blackouts across the US state. Mega India Today exclusive news break, exclusive scoop on the Congress political drama. Sources say Kharge is likely to become the Congress chief. Kharge is to become the next Congress president. It seems the decks have been cleared for Mallikarjun Kharge to become the next Congress president. He is going to be filing his nomination papers for the elections in a short while from now, a little past noon, when in fact Dr. Shashi Tharoor will also be filing his nomination for the Congress president poll. But sources now indicating that it is Mallikarjun Kharge who is likely to become the next Congress president. In fact, the decks have been cleared for him to win this battle decisively to become the next Congress president. Let's listen in to Congress Member of Parliament Pramod Tiwari.
अखिलेश जी राज्यसभा सदस्य हम लोग सब उनका प्रस्तावक बन रहे हैं, अनुरोध किया है।
कितने बजे जाएंगे? बात हो गई है, मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे साहब तैयार है चुनाव लड़ने के लिए। साहब कितने बजे जाएंगे?
लगभग 12 बजे आप प्रतीक्षा कीजिए। देखिए, एक समाचार जब चलाओगे तो चल जाएगा। अब आप पूरा भविष्य पूरा जानना चाहोगे
नहीं समझ गया
तो फिर दिक्कत होगी। तो 12 साढ़े
वो भर सकते हैं।
मैं कह रहा हूँ कि 12 साढ़े 12 बजे आपको हम लोगों के अनुरोध को स्वीकार करते हुए खड़गे साहब दिखेंगे।
My colleague Aishwarya Paliwal is now joining me live from outside Mallikarjun Kharge's residence. Aishwarya, at least Pramod Tiwari has cleared the suspense around Kharge's nomination filing now. He has clarified that Mallikarjun Kharge will be throwing his hat in the ring, that he will be filing his nomination at about 12:30 this afternoon. But already indications in that because Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge has the blessings of the Gandhi family, he is likely to win this contest decisively.
Well, definitely, at the moment, this is what it looks like. And Pramod Tiwari, he spoke with India Today just after meeting Mallikarjun Kharge. So what he said, we can all believe is the truth. He clearly said that between 12 to 12:30 is when Mallikarjun Kharge will leave from his house. He will go to AICC, file his nomination. Also, we could expect in the next couple of hours, Paulomi, for Digvijay Singh to come out and say that he's out of the race. Clearly, Pramod Tiwari has told India Today that that it could be very well Mallikarjun Kharge versus Shashi Tharoor. We'll have to wait and watch what happens around 12 o'clock. But the indications are all clear, Paulomi. It looks like it will be Shashi Tharoor versus Mallikarjun Kharge, and Mallikarjun Kharge could very well become the next Congress president. Paulomi.
Reporting on all of those probable proposers who are reaching Mallikarjun Kharge's residence, who all so far have in fact paid him a visit, aside from Digvijay Singh himself, who spent close to 1 hour with him.
Well, that 1 hour meeting is the most important meeting of the day, because from what we understand, Paulomi, it looks like in that 1 hour, Digvijay Singh must have told Mallikarjun Kharge that he is now opting out of the race, and Mallikarjun Kharge will have his support. And this is exactly what Pramod Tiwari also said, that he's come here to show his support categorically, time and again also saying that he has come from his own free will. It was not the Congress party leaders or the Gandhi family which in fact asked him to come. We'll have to see, how much truth is there in these lines. But what we now know for sure, Paulomi, no more suspense. It is Mallikarjun Kharge versus Shashi Tharoor. And the nomination will be filed between 12 to 12:30 p.m. is what we are understanding, standing right here outside Mallikarjun Kharge's house. Paulomi, we are expecting him to step out any minute now. Directly, he will go to AICC where he'll file his nomination, and then the contest at the moment looks like will be between Shashi Tharoor and Mallikarjun Kharge.
Aishwarya, stay on with us. We're getting more news that's coming in at the moment. Clearly, the news now picking up pace as that deadline to file nomination for the Congress president elections draws closer. Mega India Today exclusive now. Congress reveals why, in fact, Digvijay Singh was in the fray. Digvijay was fighting due to lack of options, is what the party, in fact, is saying. The fight is to be between Dr. Shashi Tharoor and Mallikarjun Kharge. So Digvijay Singh apparently had thrown his hat in the ring because there weren't many options, there weren't many contenders, and it had to appear like there was an election and there were those who wanted to take the party forward. Now it appears that Digvijay Singh had thrown his hat in the ring because of those reasons, because of lack of options. But now with Mallikarjun Kharge in the fray, he's likely to opt out of the race. Aishwarya, my colleague, continues to be live with me. In fact, from outside Mallikarjun Kharge's residence, Ashutosh Mishra is also joining me from outside Digvijay Singh's residence. So Ashutosh, it's only a matter of time. Many believe that Digvijay Singh will be announcing shortly that he has opted out of the race, and the game of musical chairs continues. Pramod Tiwari, PL Punya were inside Mallikarjun Kharge's residence a short while ago. Now they've reached Digvijay Singh's residence. Digvijay himself was inside Mallikarjun Kharge's residence a short while ago. He's back home. What's going on, Ashutosh?
Well, just Paulomi, connecting the dots, then of course the indications are quite clear that post-Rajasthan fiasco, when in fact there was no leader except Shashi Tharoor, now we have three leaders in the fray. But now, given the last night meeting that happened between Mallikarjun Kharge and Sonia Gandhi, what it seemed that he is blessed by 10 Janpath, then perhaps there will be no else in the fray. And really there will be, people won't be surprised if they see Mallikarjun Kharge elected as unopposed president of the Congress party. So right here, PL Punya and Pramod Tiwari, who just reached here. In fact, Pramod Tiwari just a minute ago said that perhaps Digvijay Singh could be even prastavak for Mallikarjun Kharge when he files the nomination. Now that's the time, as you rightly said, the time is coming closer. Digvijay Singh, optics house. Since this morning we have seen highly optic. Ever since he announced that the nomination he will be filing this afternoon, I can only see the MLAs from Madhya Pradesh, his supporters, district presidents, several other leaders, including the supporters that will be required for the nomination papers. They were in a huge number, but suddenly, the table that turned and round after round meetings, perhaps the indications were quite clear, particularly as far as Mallikarjun Kharge is concerned, what it seems that he's finally may not file nomination. And just 5 minutes ago, Pramod Tiwari and PL Punia who have reached Digvijay Singh's residence. Of course, they all will be going to Congress office, and as it is being indicated, he could be in support for Mallikarjun Kharge. But we'll have to see whether Shashi Tharoor, of course, with a smiling face, it said, though it's a friendly fight, but after all, they're fighting for the Congress party. But whether it is going to be unopposed or Shashi Tharoor will also file nomination, and this entire process, including the screening of the nomination papers and the delegates will voting. So that will also give out certain picture. And of course, the way Congress is being cornered over the years, that how 10 Janpath is having control over the party, it is ruled by a family. This will be one such opportunity when Congress will respond to its critic that, look, we carried out an election, we gave equal opportunities to the people to come and file their nomination papers, and finally there was some election that happened in the party. So this is what's happening at the moment in the Congress camp.
Okay, so many interesting developments there, and over there, in fact, you making a very interesting point. Could Digvijay Singh become a proposer for Mallikarjun Kharge as he files his nomination? We'll find out shortly. It's not very long before Mallikarjun Kharge, in fact, reaches the AICC headquarters and files his nomination for the post of Congress President. Listen in to Rajya Sabha Member of Parliament from the Congress Party, Pramod Tiwari.
जी, दिग्विजय सिंह जी सबसे मैच्योर, सबसे अच्छे, सबसे अनुभवी हैं। वो उन्हीं परिस्थितियों में चुनाव लड़ रहे थे जब नहीं लड़ रहे थे खरगे साहब। अब खरगे साहब चुनाव लड़ रहे हैं तो मुझे पूरी उम्मीद है उनका भरपूर समर्थन होगा।
So that is Pramod Tiwari saying that Digvijay Singh was contesting this election, or at least had decided to contest this election because there was nobody else in the fray. And now that Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge has decided to in fact enter the fray, Digvijay Singh might be taking a step back. So it could be Tharoor versus Kharge. Now, the much-awaited Congress presidential polls is seeing twists after twists as leaders wait to file their nomination papers. Digvijay Singh, considered to be one of the closest aides of the Gandhis, is all set to pull out from the race just days after confirming his candidature. Only yesterday, he said that he will be contesting the election. He collected his nomination form as well. In his place now, instead, Mallikarjun Kharge, another leader considered to be in fact the right-hand man of the Gandhi Parivar, and not surprisingly so, will become the official candidate for the party in this election. Watch this report.
सर फाइट कैसी होगी? फैमिली फाइट होगी कैसी होगी? देखिए, हमारे दोस्त है, वरिष्ठ नेता है हमारी पार्टी के, उनके साथ मैंने काम किया है लोकसभा के अंदर। मैं तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं देखता हूँ कि इसमें कोई भी आपत्ति नहीं है। मैं कहूँगा कि अच्छी बात है कि हमारे पार्टी के अंदर एक असली कंपटीशन हो जाएगी। इस पार्टी के अंदर अच्छी बातें होनी चाहिए। चुनाव तो हमारे लोकतंत्र के अच्छे के लिए अच्छे। थैंक यू।
So Dr. Shashi Tharoor over there considered to be one of the serious candidates, so to say. At least he's saying he's very serious about contesting this election. He's likely to file his nomination for the elections in a short while from now. In about an hour from now, he's likely to file his nomination, unless, of course, at the last minute, he changes his mind as well. Aishwarya Paliwal, my colleague, is joining me live from outside Mallikarjun Kharge's residence. Aishwarya, do we know for certain now it's going to be Shashi Tharoor versus Mallikarjun Kharge?
Well, Polemy, you know, who will stick his or her neck out and say that this is what it will be? A little difficult, but yes, you know, on a scale of 10, I would say it looks like a 9. You know, that it will be, the contest will be Shashi Tharoor versus Mallikarjun Kharge. Pramod Tiwari, who went inside and met Mallikarjun Kharge for almost 20 minutes, came out and said that it looks like the contest will be Shashi Tharoor versus Mallikarjun Kharge. We'll still have to wait because we've seen so many surprises. Who was expecting Ashok Gehlot to not run? In fact, people were expecting that he will be the next Congress, you know, that he will win. That is what people were expecting. Now he's pulled out of the race. Mallikarjun Kharge's name came out just a couple of hours back, but now it looks like the contest 90%, 95% will be between Shashi Tharoor versus Mallikarjun Kharge. We are still awaiting an official confirmation from Digvijay Singh's side. However, Pramod Tiwari clearly saying that he could become, Digvijay Singh could become a proposer for Mallikarjun Mallikarjun Kharge. We are still awaiting an official response on that. But at the moment, Paul, it definitely looks like it will be Tharoor versus Mallikarjun Kharge. And going forward, it could be very well Mallikarjun Kharge who becomes the president of the Congress party. Paul, I'll just tell you what's happening inside. We have heard that there is some movement inside Mallikarjun Kharge's house. So we could expect him to step out in just a couple of minutes from now. We know for sure that the time that he's seeing is anywhere between 12 to... he will leave around 12 o'clock and directly go to AICC, and that's the time when, in fact, Shashi Tharoor will also be there. The time that Shashi Tharoor has given is 12:25. That's the time when he will be there. So we could see both the leaders meeting and could also hug and then hug and then go ahead and file the nomination. Shashi Tharoor from day one has been calling this a friendly fight.
Of course, he's been calling it a friendly fight. Ashutosh Mishra, my colleague, is joining me live from outside Digvijay Singh's residence. Any word from Digvijay Singh? Ashutosh, he of course has been indicating 1 hour. In a short while from now, I'll let you know what my final decision is. Is his decision known at the moment? Is he fighting or is he not fighting?
Well, the indication what it suggests that perhaps he may not fight. But the question that I see from Pramod Tiwari and PL Punia coming here meeting Digvijay Singh, whether they're going to take him along for Mallikarjun Kharge's nomination, or is there something else cooking? Because since this morning, either Digvijay Singh or his son Jayavardhan Singh has been speaking that wait till 12 o'clock. In fact, Jayavardhan is here meeting his supporter. Jayavardhan ji, सुबह से आप इंतजार करवा रहे हैं 12 बजे ज्वाइनिंग लाइव एंड एक्सक्लूसिव ऑन न्यूज़ टुडे। 12 बजने में ज्यादा समय है नहीं। उधर प्रमोद तिवारी कह रहे हैं कि वो प्रपोजर हो सकते हैं खड़गे साहब के। हो क्या रहा है? जी
नहीं, आज मेरी बहुत खुशी का दिन है। आपसे तीसरी बार मुलाकात हो रही है आज और सुबह से आप कह रहे हैं इंतजार कीजिए। हम भी इंतजार कर रहे हैं, लेकिन देखिए मूल बात ये है कि जो भी उम्मीदवार है सब कांग्रेस के हैं और ये एक हमारा बहुत बड़ा परिवार है, कुटुंब है। इसमें जो भी निर्णय होगा पार्टी के हित के लिए होगा। ऐसे थोड़ी ना होता, चुनाव हो रहा है, वो उतरे हैं राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष बनने के लिए। इतने सारे लोग इसी उम्मीद में तो आए हैं कि हमारे नेता राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष बन जाएंगे। उन्होंने फॉर्म लिया है लेकिन भरा नहीं है, तो अब देखते हैं। जैसा आपने स्वयं कहा कि जो बड़े नेता हैं उत्तर प्रदेश के, वो भी अंदर उनके साथ बैठे हैं, जो भी ये सब मिलकर तय करेंगे। अच्छा, रूट तो नहीं गए कि देखिए वहाँ मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे को फॉर्म भरा है? आप जानते हो जो संभावना, यही सब तो सवाल उठते हैं जो नेचर है दिग्विजय सिंह जी का, आप जानते हो कभी उससे नहीं हो, बहुत सकारात्मक व्यक्ति है। देखिए इस समय 11:14 मेरी घड़ी में हो रहे हैं, आगे क्या होगा? 11:14 मिनट, ज्यादा समय बचा नहीं है, 45 मिनट का समय बचा। इन 45 मिनट बाद हम क्या देखेंगे? शायद उनके साथ आपका इंटरव्यू हो जाएगा। नामांकन भरेंगे कि नहीं ये नहीं बता रहे हैं, ये हमें आइडिया नहीं है सर। ठीक है। And Jayavardhan Singh, since morning have been speaking, what we know, the only thing we heard, wait till 12 o'clock. Of course, there you see the Congress supporters, MLAs from MP who have come out in support of Digvijay Singh. But yes, again, since the leaders from the UP are here, we'll have to wait again for another 45 minutes. And instead, he'll come out and speak. Let's see what happens after 45 minutes. Follow me.
Ashutosh, of course, that conversation was a light-hearted conversation. Jayavardhan Singh not revealing much to you at the moment, saying you'll have to wait to find out what exactly is Digvijay Singh's final decision. But all of this, what is happening, that Digvijay Singh picks up the nomination paper, in fact, indicates his intention to contest the election. And today, of course, that long meeting with Mallikarjun Kharge and Pramod Tiwari revealing that Digvijay Singh was in the race only because there were no other options. So he just threw his hat in the ring. It appears and makes him appear very non-serious about this election. So eventually what one can surmise from this entire drama that's playing out is that this is about selection. This is not an election.
Well, in that case, Shashi Tharoor may not withdraw, because if Congress is to give out a message that, look, there was an election after Gehlot's fiasco, after Rajasthan fiasco, when Digvijay Singh filed a paper, and now since Mallikarjun Kharge is also filing nomination, being close to Sonia Gandhi and Gandhi family, and also one very a loyal guard, the very old guard. If Digvijay Singh withdraws, then Shashi Tharoor may not be, because that somewhere message has to be given, and Congress will try to give some message. Look, there was a fight. In fact, it's a very smiling face. Shashi Tharoor this morning said, it's a friendly fight.
Is Shashi Tharoor a dummy candidate as well, Ashutosh? Or is he a serious candidate who's fighting the election in his individual capacity? Is he a dummy candidate?
Well, with smiling faces, since he's been saying, well, I'll contest, I am filing nomination. So at the moment he's giving indications that he is fighting election. He will call the supporters and Prastavak, everyone will have along and go file a nomination, because somewhere down the line Congress would not want to give a message out that Mallikarjun Kharge was elected unopposed. And even if that happens in case, then there, Shashi Tharoor will say, look, we have supported a Dalit leader from Karnataka who has been in the parliament, who has been leading Congress from the front. We have some movement is happening here, some developments happening here since PL Punia and Pramod Tiwari are here. Both are walking out. I can see Pramod Tiwari clearly. He is walking out, and clearly what had happened inside, very important. Each moment really taking interesting turn. In fact, Pramod Tiwari,
आप कह रहे थे वो प्रस्तावक बनेंगे क्या? उन्होंने स्वीकार कर लिया।
मैं फिर कह रहा हूँ सारे सवाल उनसे पूछिए।
आपका साथ किसके साथ? आपका साथ किसके साथ? समर्थन भर रहे नहीं, भर किसका समर्थन नहीं? करेंगे दिग्विजय सिंह। आप भी कहीं रास्ता उधर नहीं है, रास्ता उधर नहीं, इस तरफ है, बाएं तरफ। बातचीत आपकी हुई है दिग्विजय सिंह जी के नामांकन दाखिल करेंगे। कुछ चीजें तो डिसाइड हुई होंगी।
clearly there is no word. The way confidently. Let's hear PL Punia.
कितने बजे आप क्या प्रस्तावक बनेंगे उनके? दिग्विजय सिंह जी भर रहे हैं क्या? वो भर रहे हैं सर? So clearly, of course,
पुनिया जी, दिग्विजय सिंह जी नामांकन भर रहे हैं क्या?
That Mallikarjun Kharge will be filing his nomination later today.
Well, these are certain, these dramatic incidents that is happening as far as Congress presidential election is concerned. There you see PL Punia and Pramod Tiwari are walking out. Digvijay Singh still inside. I think the discussion took place for around 15-20 minutes when Pramod Tiwari, just 20 minutes ago, was heard saying that Digvijay Singh will be a proposer for Mallikarjun Kharge. Now suddenly he is not repeating the same, but rather says Mallikarjun Kharge will be filing nomination. Seems like all cards have been played well by the Congress party, all these leaders, and we'll have to wait for 12 o'clock what happens exactly then, because for now everyone just maintaining that silence.
Okay, suddenly Pramod Tiwari, who's been speaking at every juncture and at every corner, suddenly is not saying a word as he steps out of Digvijay Singh's residence. Ashutosh Mishra tracking all of those developments. We'll come back to you as soon as we hear from Digvijay Singh, or are about to hear from him. Aishwarya Paliwal, my colleague, is also joining us live from outside Mallikarjun Kharge's residence in Delhi. Mallikarjun Kharge likely to step out shortly. At least we know for a fact that Mallikarjun Kharge is filing his nomination papers. That's quite certain, and that's confirmed at the moment. But speaking of Shashi Tharoor, Aishwarya, we'll of course stand by and we will come across to you as and when you want to turn around and probably show us images of Kharge leaving for the AICC headquarters. But speaking of Dr. Shashi Tharoor, is he a G23 candidate, or is he fighting this election in his individual capacity?
Well, Paulami, at the moment it definitely looks like he has been chosen from amongst the G23, because apart from him, we are not seeing anyone else coming forward and saying that he will fight, he will contest. So it definitely looks like he is the one person who has come out from G23, and also it looks like he's the one person that the High Command is comfortable fighting the election, because we are not seeing anyone else. There were a lot of names which were doing rounds. However, we'll get to know the final list only on the 4th of October. However, at the moment, it looks like Shashi Tharoor is there to fight. Looks like there is a possibility he could be a dummy candidate, because time and again we have been seeing that the Bharatiya Janata Party has been pointing fingers on the Congress party and saying that you do not, it is a family-run party and you don't have elections.
Just for a second,
you run the party you want.
This breaking news from our sources, in fact, who have been speaking to you and our colleagues. I'll come back across to you. No G23 leader is going to file nomination. Of course, Dr. Shashi Tharoor belongs to the G23. He could possibly be filing it in his individual capacity, as is being suggested by the G23 camp, but otherwise nobody else is going to file their nomination. Remember, there was a big meeting as far as the G23 is concerned last evening at Anand Sharma's residence. In fact, that meeting happened where Manish Tiwari was present, Prithviraj Chavan was present as well, and it was discussed the possibility of a G23 leader filing their nomination. In fact, was discussed, but now it seems there's very little time to file their nomination. Also, Pawan Bansal, remember, he had confirmed that he had picked up a nomination form, but he now confirms that he will not be filing his nomination. He's not contesting the election, though he's going to be one of the proposers, is what Pawan Bansal in fact said. He has collected a form to fill in as a proposer. So Pawan Bansal is making it absolutely clear. In fact, there was a lot of speculation earlier that Pawan Bansal had picked up a nomination form. Had he picked it up for himself? Had he picked it up for Ambika Soni? Ambika Soni then came out and said, I'm not fighting this election. Listen in to Pawan Bansal saying, I'm a proposer, I'm not contesting this election.
मैंने ये तो आज से 5 दिन पहले कह दिया था, जब पहले दिन आपने ये बात गलत समझ ली थी कि फॉर्म क्यों ले गया, मैंने तभी कहा कि उसमें 10-10 उस पे प्रस्ताव करने वाले होते हैं प्रपोजर्स, उन 20 में से एक फॉर्म पे 10 में से एक मैं होऊंगा.
It's turning out to be quite bizarre. Pawan Bansal over there saying that I picked up a form for a proposer. You speculated and you thought that I was picking up a form to file my nomination as Congress president for that election. Aishwarya Paliwal continues to be live with us. Aishwarya, the bizarre twists and turns as far as this Congress election is concerned continues. What we're seeing right now is Pawan Bansal confirming, I'm going to be a proposer, I'm not contesting this election. Remember, there was a lot of flurry of activity over him having picked up a form earlier, and then it was said that he was picking it up from Ambika Soni. Ambika Soni said, no, I'm not contesting the election. Those images, of course, now coming in from outside Digvijay Singh's residence. We'll cut across to those images shortly. Digvijay Singh, he's left it a lot to speculation this morning whether he's indeed going to fight this election or not.
Please wait. I have told you. Please wait. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. आप पर्चा भर रहे हैं कि नहीं? मैं आपसे मिलूंगा, एक्सक्लूसिव मिलूंगा और अंदर मिलूंगा. आप जरा वेट करिए.
दिग्विजय नाराज लग रहे हैं क्या? दिग्विजय सिंह जी गुस्से में क्यों हैं?
दिग्विजय जी बहुत गुस्से में लग रहे हैं आप. गुस्से में नहीं हूँ. पत्रकारों पे गुस्सा निकाल के क्या मिलेगा? नहीं, मैं मेरे लोगों से पहले बात करूँ, फिर आपसे करूंगा.
नाराजगी तो नहीं है किसी तरह की?
Ashutosh, go ahead, go ahead.
That was really surprising, Polemy, when I saw Digvijay Singh just step asking all the media persons to vacate, go out, and then there was some sense that what has literally happened, whether he was really, there was something very serious because PL Punya did not speak, Pramod Tiwari did not speak, Acharya Pramod Krishna is there, he also did not speak, and the way he was, literally angry and asking everyone to just go out, and then we asked him and he said that wait for another 20-15 minutes because 1 hour ago I said I will speak to after 60 minutes. Still there is 15-20 minutes left and I'll come out and I'll speak to you, and that's what is happening. Because clearly this is really surprising that when he was moving out with a smiling face and again he came back, says wait for a minute, and then suddenly he just twist in his entire behavior, the body language. That now really, creating some sort of a curiosity that what would happen next, what would happen in some time. So we'll have to wait for another 15-20 minutes, and all the media persons have been taken out, the gates closed, only the supporters. What he said, that I'll speak to my supporters, I'll speak to my people, the MLAs, and then I interact with the media. But clearly, Digvijay Singh that I met, I saw him 30 minutes ago, and Digvijay Singh that I'm seeing after 30 minutes, clearly there is a change in the picture, in the body language, in the behavior, in the approach, everything. Now this is something really, very exciting that what's happening here, the kind of curiosity, and we'll have to wait for another, 15 minutes that what is happening here. What has, a total dramatic sequence that is unfolding here right outside at Digvijay Singh's residence.
Ashutosh, so you're saying that Digvijay Singh's body language suggested that he seemed a little upset, he seemed a little angry. Does this mean he was serious about contesting the election and he's been asked to step aside? Okay, we're getting live pictures of Shashi Tharoor right now from his residence at the moment, along with a lot of supporters holding up the Congress flag as well. Let's listen in. Okay, so that's one individual at least smiling. If Digvijay Singh seemed a little upset and angry, Shashi Tharoor is definitely all smiles inside his residence at the moment. Those images of Shashi Tharoor from earlier as well. He says that he is a serious candidate. He is serious about contesting this election, even though he called it a friendly fight, saying we're not rivals, we're all members of the Congress party and we want to take the Congress party forward, and that is the intent. He is...
पार्क है उनके घर के अंदर उसी पार्क के अंदर, लॉन के अंदर आप देखिए एक टेंट लगा हुआ है और एक बड़ा सा फ्लैक्स शशि थरूर का, प्रोग्रेस विद कांग्रेस। यानी कि डॉक्टर शशि थरूर ना केवल खुद को एक सीरियस कंटेंडर बता रहे हैं, बल्कि उसके लिए जो पूरी तैयारियां हैं वो भी उनके दिल्ली के आवास पे हो रही है। और देश के अलग अलग इलाकों से डेलीगेट्स आए हुए हैं, केरल से, मध्य प्रदेश से डेलीगेट्स आए हुए, उनके समर्थक आए हुए हैं। और तैयारी टीम थरूर की तरफ से कम इस वक्त बहुत सीरियस लग रही है। आप लोग कहाँ से आए हैं? थरूर साहब को सपोर्ट करने के लिए आए हैं?
जी बिल्कुल, थरूर साहब को सपोर्ट करने के लिए आए हैं हम लोग। और
क्या नाम है आपका?
मेरा नाम वैभव भट्टा है, मैं यूथ कांग्रेस से हूँ और स्पोक्स पर्सन हूँ पार्टी का।
जी, आपका नाम क्या है, कहाँ से आए हैं?
दानिश खान, यूपी वेस्ट।
यूपी से आए हैं। आप अपना नाम बताएं।
रामेश्वर विजय, राजस्थान, कोटा।
क्या डेलीगेट हैं?
डेलीगेट
हैं। चलिए।
Dr. Digvijay Singh, who seems to be moving forward, possibly to speak with the media after having met with his supporters and party workers. Let's listen in.
सर इस तरफ आ जाइए।
आप लोग हट जाइए।
आप तो हट जाइए दादा आगे से।
साहिल बाबा
Okay, we're waiting for Digvijay Singh to start speaking with the media. He is going to address the media shortly.
आपको सफर करना पड़ेगा। 1 घंटे बाद मिलूंगा। अभी 10 मिनट 15 मिनट बाकी है।
तो रोमाना, आपने सुना कि दिग्विजय सिंह बाहर आए और पहली बार उन्होंने
Ashutosh, if you can hear me, could you tell us what he said? Has he asked the media to wait further?
Yeah, for another 15 minutes. He said 1 घंटा पूरा होने में 15 मिनट बाकी है, मैं आके बात करूंगा. We'll have to wait for another 15 minutes. But it was really dramatic to see Digvijay Singh and sudden change in, because we have seen him going out, meeting Mallikarjun Kharge. Then he came back home. His son was constantly speaking to us. It was all about that way, wait till 12 o'clock. But then suddenly, all of things that have unfolded, and clearly there is something really mysterious. He went to meet Kharge, then he went to meet KC Venugopal. He came home, said wait for 12 minutes, then PL Punia comes, and then Pramod Tiwari comes, and then suddenly he asking all the media persons go out very angry and said wait for 15 minutes, I'll come out and speak. Clearly something is really cooking. Whether as you rightly asked, was he really serious about contesting this election? Well, had he not been really serious, why would he call all the supporters, MLAs and district presidents, PCC members, all the way from Madhya Pradesh, different districts from Madhya Pradesh to here in the national capital? So clearly something was really cooking. But what has happened and what has conspired this entire dramatic incident unfolding here, we'll have to wait for another 15 minutes what happens, what Digvijay Singh has to say further.
So Ashutosh, if what you're telling us that he had called for his supporters, he had called for members of the party, in fact from Madhya Pradesh, to come forward, come to Delhi, then he was a serious candidate. So that begs the question that has he been compelled to pull out of the race now that Mallikarjun Kharge has been possibly asked by the Gandhis to contest the election? So has he been compelled to pull out of the race?
कह रहा हूँ कि मैं जा रहा हूँ अभी प्रस्तावक बनने श्री मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे जी का। अब इसके बाद तो कोई सवाल नहीं रहेगा।
आला कमान की तरफ से कोई इशारा किया गया आपको सर?
ये मैं स्पष्ट कर दूं, आला कमान की तरफ से कोई निर्देश दूर दराज तक मेरा संदेश, मैं स्वयं 2-3 दिन से मिलना चाह रहा हूँ, बात करना चाह रहा था कि कोई मन हो, उन लोगों ने स्पष्ट कर दिया कि नहीं, इस चुनाव में वो पूरी तरह से कहीं से हस्तक्षेप नहीं करेंगे। और दूसरी चीज, मेरी हार्दिक इच्छा थी कि गांधी परिवार से कोई हो।
Okay, so that is of course Rajya Sabha Member of Parliament from the Congress Party, Pramod Tiwari, saying that he will be a proposer for Mallikarjun Kharge, and this is him doing so out of his own free will. He has not been asked by the party high command. His personal wish was someone from the Gandhi family should have contested the election and become Congress president, but he will now be supporting Mallikarjun Kharge and becoming one of his proposers. We believe there are 10 proposers that are required by any candidate for their nomination papers to be taken seriously and cleared by the election committee. Ashutosh Mishra, my colleague, is still live with us. He is reporting from outside Digvijay Singh's residence. Digvijay Singh is asking the media to wait. He's still not spoken with the media. His decision is still not clear. But Ashutosh, as I was asking you earlier, if there are supporters of Digvijay Singh, PCC members as well, who have in fact arrived from Madhya Pradesh in order to lend their support to Digvijay Singh, it appears then that he was serious about contesting the election. Then it begs the question, given his body language as you've been describing to us, has he been forced to pull out of the race because Mallikarjun Kharge has now been quote-unquote chosen to contest the election?
Well, Polemy, if not by words, at least it was by the indications, because last meeting between Mallikarjun Kharge and Sonia Gandhi, that was perhaps enough indication for Digvijay Singh that what is going to happen next. And clearly he was serious, and that's exactly, he invited all the PCC delegates, the proposers, and that's since this morning we have seen huge number of these supporters. Still, if I could take you the camera to the other side and show you the images from inside, where Digvijay Singh is meeting the leaders of his party, where I can see the Jeetu Patwari, Mr. Chauhan, he's another MLA, and a lot of other, including district president. So these delegates and proposers were needed.
Please speak to some of these delegates and supporters and ask for their reaction on Digvijay Singh possibly pulling out of the race. Are they disappointed about this?
Well, we have been speaking Polemy now since the Digvijay Singh there inside the hall, and he is briefing the delegates. He's meeting his leaders from Madhya Pradesh, and they have been speaking. They were very excited since morning that the leader from Madhya Pradesh, who will be the Congress president, and the experience that Digvijay Singh has in terms of administration, governing the state, being in parliament, in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, and also over the organization in right before it, which was noticed 2018 assembly elections, his Padayatra, which was really successful, and that also translated into votes in the assembly election. But clearly the kind of the body language that I see, perhaps there is something that has happened in last 60 minutes. Now he's briefing his the party leaders, supporters, MLAs, district presidents, those who have come all the way from MP, because since he was filing to nomination yesterday, only PCC delegates were informed, and all these leaders since this morning are camping right here in the national capital outside Digvijay Singh's residence. And there was curiosity, they were excited that our leader is going to be the Congress president since he's contesting election. But suddenly what we see, and that's exactly why Digvijay Singh asked us, all of us, move out. He's briefing, he's addressing his cadre, and then we'll have to see another 10-15 minutes. He'll walk out, and we really have some questions to ask Mr. Digvijay Singh. What has happened since yesterday in last 24 hours particularly, and particularly after Mallikarjun Kharge met Sonia Gandhi, because there has to be some reason why Pramod Tiwari and PL Punia coming and meeting him. Something is really cooking up here, at least in Digvijay Singh's camp is concerned. Polemy.
Absolutely. It appears that they were probably trying to placate him, because the kind of language, the body language that you witnessed, Ashutosh, is definitely a telling story in itself. We will, of course, expect that Digvijay Singh will shortly speak with the media. My colleague Ashutosh will ask him all of those questions that are now brimming across this entire political spectrum as to what went down. Why is Digvijay Singh looking upset? Ashutosh, over to you.
Chanted out at his residence. Supporters are chanting slogans for Digvijay Singh. Of course, Sonia Gandhi's name also being mentioned out. Sonia Gandhi Zindabad and Digvijay Singh Zindabad. This is what the supporters are sloganing. Digvijay Singh is walking out. Perhaps any moment we'll have him on camera, as he said that he will speak to us. He is walking out with his supporters amidst of the slogan ring. There you see Jeetu Patwari against Long, Jayawardhan Singh. He's calling us. Digvijay Singh.
नामांकन भरेंगे नहीं.
Singh saying go inside, and he's walking out. I think he is walking out.
ठीक है आप अंदर बैठिए. चलो आप नामांकन भर रहे हैं या नहीं? मैं कुछ नहीं बोलूंगा.
दिग्विजय जी
आप मिसबिहेव कर रहे हैं. आप चलो मैं तो हाथ जोड़ रहा हूं.
दिग्विजय जी क्या मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे क्या प्रस्तावक बनेंगे? आप अभी कहा आप मल्लिकार्जुन is actually telling the media go inside, place your cameras. Perhaps is likely to address a press conference.
चलिए आपके साथ चलते हैं.
Okay, Digvijay Singh is likely to address a press conference, and seems like almost confirmed he is going to address a press conference. All media persons are being called inside. जगह दीजिए प्लीज, जाने दीजिए आगे. आइए अंकित आगे. Okay, there we see Digvijay Singh going inside the hall where he addressed his supporters. And amidst the slogan ring, he himself came out inviting all of us, come inside, he'll be breaking. But in few seconds, several questions asked. He maintained the silence, did not speak anything. And there you see, if you could recall those images when he left his house this morning to meet Kharge, then he went to meet K.C. Venugopal, and now you see his body language itself says a lot of things. So now he's asking all the supporters to vacate this area, the hall where he is likely to address the press conference.
आराम से बात करिए कि 1 घंटे में निकली दिग्विजय सिंह, लेकिन उसके बाद नहीं निकली और एक बार हम दोबारा उनसे
आप बैठिए सर, आप बैठ जाइए सर, हम लोग बैठ रहे हैं, आप बैठ जाइए सर, चेयर पे रख दो माइक, चेयर पे रख दो माइक,
आप लोगों को सब्र है कि नहीं है?
पहले सेटल कर लो,
बिल्कुल चुप है सर, आप सुनिए, आप कुर्सी पर कैमरा में बात करूंगा, मैं भागने वाला नेता नहीं हूँ।
अब हम लोग शांत होकर बैठ गए,
आप बैठ जाइए, ऐसा नहीं, आप खड़े
आराम से
कुर्सी ले लीजिए।
वो कैमरा खड़ा रहेगा, रिपोर्टर कोई नहीं बचा,
और कोई मीडिया का नहीं,
आगे नहीं बढ़ेगा कोई। दिग्विजय जी, क्या आप पर्चा भरने जा रहे हैं अध्यक्ष पद के लिए, क्योंकि आपके समर्थक यहाँ पर पहुंचे हैं?
आपको सब्र है? सब्र है आपको?
आपके जवाब का सब्र नहीं है।
आपको सब्र है तो मुझे मेरी बात सुन लीजिए, मैं 5 मिनट से ज्यादा नहीं लूंगा। मैंने जीवन भर कांग्रेस के लिए काम किया है और जीवन भर काम करता रहूंगा। मेरी निष्ठा, मैं कह चुका हूं, 3 बातों पर मैं समझौता नहीं करता। पहली बात, दलित, आदिवासी और गरीब का पक्ष, इस पे मैं समझौता नहीं करता। दूसरा है सांप्रदायिक सद्भाव बिगाड़ने वालों के साथ मैं कभी समझौता नहीं करता, उनके खिलाफ मैं लड़ाई लड़ूंगा और लड़ता रहा हूं। तीसरा, मेरी प्रतिबद्धता कांग्रेस और नेहरू गांधी परिवार के साथ, इस पे मैं समझौता नहीं करूंगा और न मैंने आज तक किया है। इसलिए खड़गे जी मेरे नेता हैं, मेरे से सीनियर हैं। कल मैं उनके घर गया था, उनसे मैंने पूछा था कि आप अगर फॉर्म भर रहे हो तो मैं नहीं भरूंगा। उनका कहना था कि मेरा इरादा अभी नहीं है। उसके बाद प्रेस के माध्यम से मुझे मालूम पड़ा कि वो उम्मीदवार हैं, तो मैं आज सुबह उनके पास मिलने गया और उनसे मैंने कहा कि आप अगर फॉर्म भर रहे हैं तो मैं पूरे तरीके से आपके साथ हूं। आप एक वरिष्ठ नेता हैं और हमारे कांग्रेस पार्टी के सबसे में से वरिष्ठतम और सम्मानजनक नेता है। मैं कभी भी आपके खिलाफ चुनाव लड़ने की बात सोच भी नहीं सकता। आपने वो पहले बता दिया होता तो मैं फॉर्म लेने भी नहीं गया होता। लेकिन अब उनका इरादा है फॉर्म भरने का, तो मैंने कहा है कि ठीक है, मैं आपका प्रस्तावक बनूंगा। धन्यवाद।
चलिए देखिए, दिग्विजय सिंह, ये आपका माइक ले लो। अंजू।
So that is, of course, Digvijay Singh now confirming that he will not be filing his nomination for the Congress president election. He, in fact, will be one of the proposers for Mallikarjun Kharge as he, in fact, contests the election. Digvijay Singh there speaking with the media. My colleague Ashutosh Mishra is joining me live from inside Digvijay Singh's residence. Ashutosh, Digvijay Singh there confirming that after Mallikarjun Kharge decided to throw his hat in the ring, he's decided to opt out.
साथ में हैं और वो यहाँ से जा चुके, उन्होंने घोषणा कर दी है और अब उसके बाद वो चुनाव नहीं लड़ेंगे। हालांकि अपनी बात भी उन्होंने कही है। हालांकि तेवर उनके काफ़ी थोड़े से सख्त थे। सुबह से जो मुस्कुराहट थी, अब उसके बदले बॉडी लैंग्वेज थोड़ी अलग ज़रूर थी, लेकिन अब उन्होंने ऐलान किया अपने तमाम समर्थकों के साथ मिलते हुए सीधे AICC जाएंगे और अब प्रस्तावक होंगे मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे का। अब ये देखना दिलचस्प होगा कि आखिर जो चुनाव है वो कैसा होगा। यानी दिग्विजय सिंह बनाम शशि थरूर, कांग्रेस भी ये कोशिश करेगी कि संकेत जाए कि कम से कम चुनाव तो हुआ, संकेत ही की सही, लेकिन दिग्विजय सिंह ने जिस तरीके से और जो पूरा घटनाक्रम जितना नाटकीय रहा है। दिग्विजय सिंह जी जा रहे हैं AICC, अपने समर्थकों के साथ बाहर आए, कह रहे हैं हाँ जा रहा हूँ। इतना ही जवाब दिया उन्होंने कि हाँ जा रहा हूँ। और जिस तरह से उन्होंने घोषणा की और आके आचार्य प्रमोद नम है
of his service to the Congress party, and I will support it.
And what was the talk with Mr. Venugopal, sir?
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Digvijay Singh, Congress Member of Parliament, who had in fact expressed his intention to contest the Congress President polls until yesterday, now pulling out of the race. He will be a proposer for Mallikarjun Kharge, who will be filing his nomination for the Congress presidential elections shortly. In a short while from now, Mallikarjun Kharge will in fact leave from his residence and reach AICC headquarters. Rajdeep Sardesai, consulting editor, is joining us live at the moment. Digvijay Singh, Rajdeep, of course, while announcing to the media that he's pulling out of the race for the Congress president elections, looked a little upset. He, in fact, said that yesterday I went and met Mallikarjun Kharge, asked him, are you going to contest the elections? He said, no, I have no such intention. Today I heard in the media that he's going to file his nomination paper. I went again to meet him and asked him, are you going to contest the elections? Because if you are, you're a senior leader, I'm going to opt out of the race. And he said, yes, so now I'm going to be a proposer for Mallikarjun Kharge. I will not be his opponent. What do you read into this, Rajdeep?
You know, Paulomi, if you could write a soap opera, a political soap opera, you would put the events of the last week as part of it. Every day there has been a new twist and turn. As you know, Maushmi Singh, my colleague, and I went and interviewed Digvijay Singh, and we asked him repeatedly, are you sure you will file your nomination tomorrow? He said, wait until 30th. The fact was, even as we were speaking to him, there were MLAs coming in from Madhya Pradesh, greeting him. V. Narayan Swamy, former Puducherry Chief Minister, among those signing Digvijay's nomination form. So it appeared it was, ready, set, go at Digvijay's house. And a parallel talk was going on with Mallikarjun Kharge by the Congress leadership, by those close to Sonia Gandhi. The likes of K.C. Venugopal were having a parallel conversation with Mallikarjun Kharge. And eventually, when it was decided this morning that Mr. Kharge was the person who would have the backing of the Congress High Command in a way, Digvijay Singh drops out. Now, it clearly suggests, as I said, that the Congress has been lurching from one choice to another. Only a week ago, it was Ashok Gehlot. All roads led to Ashok Gehlot's house. Then you have Digvijay Singh coming in, and now the last minute twist is Mallikarjun Kharge, and phone calls are going, Paulomi, to every Congress working committee member to openly come out and endorse Mallikarjun Kharge's candidature. So then how do the elections really remain free and fair, or where is the neutrality, the so-called neutrality of 10 Janpath and the Gandhi family, if Congress working committee members are being rung up now and told to back Mallikarjun Kharge and build a consensus around Mallikarjun Kharge? So that's what's happened, that the Congress leadership wants someone who's a complete loyalist, who will do exactly what the Congress leadership wants. They don't want to repeat the mistake of an Ashok Gehlot, who all said and done as a three-time chief minister had certain conditions of his own, particularly that Sachin Pilot cannot become the chief minister of Rajasthan, and therefore they've chosen Mallikarjun Kharge, an octogenarian, someone who we've seen has, his best is past him. He's clearly not the new age Congress that we are talking about. A Congress president is supposed to be someone who can travel extensively around the country, is hands-on at all times in organizational terms. And what does the Congress do? Go back to the past with a Mallikarjun Kharge. It's crazy. It's almost as if the party is determined to score one self-goal after another, Paulomi.
Absolutely, absolutely. Rajdeep, stay on with us. Let's listen in one more time to Digvijay Singh.
प्रेस के माध्यम से मुझे मालूम पड़ा कि वो उम्मीदवार हैं, तो मैं आज सुबह उनके पास मिलने गया और उनसे मैंने कहा कि आप अगर फॉर्म भर रहे हैं तो मैं पूरे तरीके से आपके साथ हूं। आप एक वरिष्ठ नेता हैं और हमारे कांग्रेस पार्टी के सबसे में से वरिष्ठतम और सम्मानजनक नेता हैं। मैं कभी भी आपके खिलाफ चुनाव लड़ने की बात सोच भी नहीं सकता। आपने वो पहले बता दिया होता तो मैं फॉर्म लेने भी नहीं गया होता, लेकिन अब उनका इरादा है फॉर्म भरने का, तो मैंने कहा कि ठीक है, मैं आपका प्रस्तावक बनूंगा। धन्यवाद। खरगे जी मेरे नेता हैं, मेरे से सीनियर हैं। कल मैं उनके घर गया था, उनसे मैंने पूछा था कि आप अगर फॉर्म भर रहे हो तो मैं नहीं भरूंगा। उनका कहना था कि मेरा इरादा अभी नहीं है। उसके बाद प्रेस के माध्यम से मुझे मालूम पड़ा कि वो उम्मीदवार हैं। तो मैं आज सुबह उनके पास मिलने गया और उनसे मैंने कहा कि आप अगर फॉर्म भर रहे हैं तो मैं पूरे तरीके से आपके साथ हूं। आप एक वरिष्ठ नेता हैं और हमारे कांग्रेस पार्टी के सबसे में से वरिष्ठतम और सम्मानजनक नेता हैं। मैं कभी भी आपके खिलाफ चुनाव लड़ने की बात सोच भी नहीं सकता। आपने वो पहले बता दिया होता तो मैं फॉर्म लेने भी नहीं गया होता। लेकिन अब उनका इरादा है फॉर्म भरने का, तो मैंने कहा है कि ठीक है, मैं आपका प्रस्तावक बनूंगा। धन्यवाद।
Rajdeep Sardesai is still live with us. Rajdeep, Digvijay Singh there revealing that yesterday when I asked Mallikarjun Kharge, he said that he had no such intention of contesting the Congress presidential post. Today, of course, I heard through the media that he's contesting the election. I went and asked him. He said, yes, he's contesting the election. Are we to believe that a decision was taken by Mallikarjun Kharge or on behalf of Mallikarjun Kharge overnight for him to contest these elections?
Not at all, Paulomi. That, the fact is Mallikarjun Kharge was effectively the last choice. We were told that the Congress leadership was looking at options. After the Ashok Gehlot fiasco, they were looking at options, looking at other potential loyalists. They included the likes of Mukul Vasnik. Mukul Vasnik was someone who was contacted again by people close to Sonia Gandhi, and Mukul Vasnik said, no, I don't want to get into this race at the moment. You also had the G23 group, the so-called rebels. They were also looking at options. Their names like Mr. Bhupinder Singh Hooda, Prithviraj Chavan, Anand Sharma, Manish Tiwari were floated. But this morning, they also decided that they didn't want to get into this race anymore. So clearly, Mallikarjun Kharge became the last choice after it became clear, particularly in the loyalist camp, the Gandhi loyalist camp, that no one else was willing to take up this challenge. Once Mr. Gehlot's fiasco had happened and Mr. Gehlot was insistent that at least as far as Rajasthan went, he wasn't going to yield on Sachin Pilot, they were looking at options. And among the options, there was the suggestion that let's have a Dalit leader. The names that came up were Meera Kumar, Mukul Vasnik, Kumari Shelja and Mallikarjun Kharge. Out of the four, because of his seniority, because he's been a 11-time MLA, he's the leader of the party in the Rajya Sabha, they plumped for Mr. Kharge, the same Mr. Kharge, Paulomi, who was part of the fiasco in Rajasthan as one of the central observers. So you've got Mallikarjun Kharge now at the last moment being brought in. We interviewed Digvijay Singh around 7 p.m. last night. At that time, it was not clear whether Mallikarjun Kharge would be the consensus candidate. The Congress leadership was still groping around looking for people. The question is, where does the neutrality go? You have effectively, unofficially now got an official candidate in Mallikarjun Kharge versus Shashi Tharoor. Mr. Tharoor is the only person who has consistently taken a stand from day one that I am going to contest. But even the G23, the so-called rebel group, says Tharoor is not our official candidate anymore. They were looking for their own official candidate, possibly someone like a Manish Tiwari. But that also didn't happen. So you can imagine the kind of bizarre the bizarre turn of events in the last 1 week, where from Ashok Gehlot almost being a certainty to become Congress president, they have eventually turned to a Mallikarjun Kharge.
And as far as Digvijay Singh is concerned, he is also considered to be a Gandhi family loyalist. At least he said so himself, that I owe my allegiance, he said so just a short while ago while speaking to the media, to the Nehru Gandhi family. Then why isn't it that the Gandhi family is backing him, Rajdeep?
The fact is, Digvijay Singh, all said and done, is a political heavyweight in the Congress context. He's someone, two-time chief minister, has been a several-time MLA, has come up from Nagar Palika levels, has a constituency in a way of his own and an independent identity, speaks his mind. I don't think the Congress wants someone like that, the leadership. They want someone like Mallikarjun Kharge who will simply follow the line set by the Gandhi family. So, in a way, Digvijay Singh may be a Gandhi loyalist, but he's a relatively independent person in his political thinking. Mallikarjun Kharge, at the age of 80, with his best behind him, is perhaps someone who will follow the line. Plus, he's from Karnataka, a state that goes to the polls 7 months from now, where perhaps the Congress has its best chance in the next 18 months to win a state. So maybe that was a factor. The fact that he comes from the Dalit community, and as I said, that was one of the factors being considered, could also be seen as a factor. So End of the day, you've got someone in Mallikarjun Kharge who's senior, experienced, yes. But is he the answer to what you want as Congress president at a moment when the Congress is in a crisis and fighting the Modi?
I'll just stop you there. I'll interrupt you. Apologies for 2 seconds over there. Images coming in of Ashok Gehlot now reaching Mallikarjun Kharge's residence. Remember, Ashok Gehlot yesterday announced that he is not going to contest the Congress elections, that he was extremely sorry for the fiasco in Rajasthan. He had met with Mrs. Sonia Gandhi and expressed his sincere apologies for what went down in Rajasthan, and because of that he was taking moral responsibility for the same and opting out of the race. He would not be contesting the elections. Ashok Gehlot now reaching Mallikarjun Kharge's residence. So clearly it appears that Kharge now has all the support that he needs in order to win this election and become the next president of the Congress party. Rajdeep Sardesai is still live with us. Apologies for interrupting you over there, Rajdeep. Ashok Gehlot now reaches Mallikarjun Kharge's residence. How do you read into that?
You know, this is the classic Congress final act. Family reunion. Everyone is coming around Mallikarjun Kharge. You know, the same people who are going to fight the elections themselves, from Digvijay Singh to Ashok Gehlot, now all saying Mallikarjun Kharge is the one we will propose. Almost as if by magic overnight something has dramatically changed. This is the Congress. This is why I say it's like a family soap opera. As you know, Paulomi, in the last scene, they all come together and claim they are one big happy family. But are they? Given all that has happened in the last week? So I think it reflects the manner in which the Congress still functions very much like a very old status quoist party. Play safe. Mallikarjun Kharge is a safe choice.
So he's going to be a puppet Congress president.
Not upset any
he's going to be a puppet Congress
president. Doesn't belong
president
in that sense to any faction. You know, I don't want to use the word puppet, but he certainly will be a status quoist Congress president. He's not expected to rock the boat. Has he rocked the boat in the Rajya Sabha? Did he rock the boat when he was leader of the Congress in the Lok Sabha? Sir, you know, the fact is, the more things change, the more they remain the same in this grand old party, Paulomi. And that is the reality which the Congress is confronted with after all this excitement over having an election.
Absolutely, absolutely. But there is one contender who's definitely serious in this election, and that is Dr. Shashi Tharoor. Rajdeep, thank you so much for joining us. In fact, coming up is our special interview with Congress President election contender Shashi Tharoor, live and exclusive. Stay with us.
You are watching India Today.
I don't read the news. I read between the lines to tell you the true version of events, the true story of our times.
To document grief, the toughest assignment for any journalist to be.
From those who matter.
Women politicians going to stick up for each other.
Of those who should matter. I document the truth. I don't distort the truth. I don't glamorize the truth. I don't gloss over the truth.
The ghosts of India's contentious medieval history have come knocking again.
I hustle for the truth. On the ground, in the newsroom, in the studio. I don't try to grab eyeballs.
I inform you to make you see the point.
To the Point with Preeti Chaudhary. At these times, only on India Today.
Did you know that just like humans, dogs can also get dementia as they age? Well, yes, dogs also get dementia, but it's often difficult to spot. It's generally seen in dogs over 8 years old, but can occur in ones as young as 6. In fact, many pet owners may dismiss many behavioral changes as just a normal part of dog aging. So there could be likely many more dogs that have dementia than we really realize. Doggy dementia, also known as canine cognitive dysfunction, is a progressive brain disease that causes behavioral, cognitive and other changes in a dog. In fact, it's similar to Alzheimer's disease in humans. So what are the real symptoms? How will you know if your dog has dementia? For years, veterinarians have been researching